grand interference at the door of avalanche. Got you in the trance, so the truth, move is planned. Very absolute, I'm the dude, I'm the man. Do I speak the truth? Yes I do, 100 grand. This the rate, cause a nigga gotta pay the rent. A 38, give a nigga really crazy tan.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. We're going to focus on an indie house today, and an indie house called Smell Bent. And the fragrance that I bought from Smell Bent is called Incensed. I really like indie houses and covering them. We've done Andy Tower in the past, Imaginary Authors. We'll be looking at fragrances from Kerosene and Slumber House in the future. I just really like these smaller houses who have made their way on their own. I find it to be a really admirable thing, and I like giving them some shine, especially if I enjoy the fragrances. And I don't know if you guys checked out Redolescence's Winter 2014 collaboration, but I participated in that, and this was one of my picks. So since then, I've gotten some requests to talk more about this fragrance, so I figured I would just do an all-out review. Now, Smell Bent is an LA-based house that was started by a gentleman named Brett Leonesio, and he's from Akron, Ohio, but has lived in both New York and LA, and he was really into fragrances, and one day discovered the base note forum while trying to find a cheaper version of Armani's Bois d'Incense. And he realized there was a whole fragrance world beyond the counter people at department stores, and he fully embraced that and started his own house, Smell Bent. And Smell Bent incorporates a lot of humor both into the notes and concepts behind their fragrances. They have scents called Walk of Shame, Chili Vanilla, Snow Vixen, Hungry Hungry Hippies. There's notes in these fragrances like pot brownies, bodega blossoms, and on their website they say we hand blend our fragrances using the world's finest ingredients, but you wouldn't guess it from our prices. We'll talk more about the prices in a little bit. Now, how I first heard of this house was through a magazine. I forget the magazine, but they did Best Summer Scents. And they recommended a fragrance called Saint-Tropez Dispenser from Smell Bent. And at the time, I was just about to buy Virgin Island Water by Creed and was looking to get a couple of tropical island scents. But I passed, scribbled the house down, and put it on my list and carried on with life. Then a fellow reviewer, a guy named Christo, who I'm sure many of you guys know, has a wonderful channel, and he did a winter fall fragrance video, and he had Hungry Hungry Hippies by Smell Bent in that video, and that one is supposed to smell like pop brownies. So I took a look at the house. I took note of the prices, and the prices are $48 for their 50 mLs of their regular releases. They have some more expensive sort of special edition scents, but their regular price is $48 for 50 ml, and that's a nice price for niche. And so I decided to get one, and I wanted to get a couple of samples as well. You can purchase samples in two ways. You can get perfume oil EDP samples, or $4 for a those are $4, or you can spend $7 and get a 4 ml travel spray. And so I decided to get two samples of their holiday fragrances. I got an EDP sample of a fragrance here called Ice Station Zebra, and I got a travel spray of Winter Vixen. And Winter Vixen's listed notes are hazelnuts, roasted with vanilla and cocoa, cinnamon, nutmeg, and creamy wood. So it sounded like a really delicious gourmand. And they also threw in an EDP of a fragrance called Disco Ball. Now, I'm going to discuss the samples on another show, but I really liked Winter Vixen. I feel like I didn't get a great picture of the other two in their oil form, so it's hard to comment on those for me now. The fragrance that I got is a 50 ml of, obviously, and it's called Incensed. And the notes in this fragrance are Omani frankincense, Kenyan myrrh, and then a smoldering pile of vanilla-soaked woods. As far as your presentation goes, it's very basic. It sort of comes in like what maybe like a holistic medicine would come in, or you know, something like that. This is a spray bottle you might get an essential oil in, or you know, I'm sure you've seen these before. It's glass. I don't really love the fact that the juice seems to, when it travels up, darken the plastic because the juice is so dark. The atomizer works good. It's not great. It's not bad either, though. So presentation is fine. It's what you would sort of expect from an indie house, I guess, but there are some that do a better job. Kerosene, obviously, and Slumber House. But I still think for the price you're paying for the juice, I think it's a definitely fair deal. So the other thing is, I ordered this on a Tuesday and had it by a Thursday. I paid $2 extra to have it sent priority, but very quick delivery. And the reason I chose this fragrance is because I've been looking for an incense scent. Just really a pure incense scent with not much in the way. If I didn't get this, I was probably going to get Comme des Garçons, something from their incense series like Avignon. But I decided to go with this because of the price and positive reviews. And for the most part, I was not let down. Here's sort of the deal with this fragrance. What you get is, imagine being in a church with high quality and potent incense burning, and there's myrrh in the air, so you've got that really authentic church service-like smell. So much that if you close your eyes, you wouldn't know the difference. You'd think you're in the back of a church. And in the back of the church, there's a table filled with cupcakes covered in heavy vanilla frosting. And the only way you're getting that frosting aroma is through the myrrh and through the incense. And the myrrh is a bit faint. It's there, but like the vanilla, it never really distinguishes itself from the Somalian incense. And I'm pretty shocked that incense of this quality could be in a fragrance under $50. I expected an incense of a lesser quality. This is almost identical to the incense that Francois Dimache used in the Dior private line scent Mitza. And they also source their incense from Somalia, so it does make sense. Now, this is a prettier linear fragrance. As it dries down, the myrrh comes out a bit more, the vanilla stays in the background, and the incense loses some of its bite. So when this calms down and becomes a skin scent, it's very pleasant and just maintains a light church vibe. It lasts for a good while. I mean, I've gotten 8 to 10 hours out of this, but it doesn't project the way I would like it to. On my skin, it does not jump off. You kind of have to get close to smell it, and that might be a good thing, because I don't know how many people love incense and myrrh. I think this would be totally unisex if there was a woman who likes this kind of thing. She could definitely pull it off. But this is a scent primarily for people who like incense enough to buy a fragrance that centers around the nail. And again, this is hardcore incense. I think the takeaway from me here is that this is a house I'm going to explore more. There are at least 6-7 other scents in the catalog that I feel like I want to try. There's one called Sunshine, which has blood oranges and vanilla. There's one called Violet Tendencies, which is a violet-based fragrance with oud and leather in it. Saint-Tropez Dispenser is a coconut, aloe, and musk scent. And there's more that pique my interest. And thankfully, if I don't wind up loving one at $48, it's not going to kill me. I look at incense as a frankincense and myrrh scent, and I think Smell Bent and specifically Brent did a really good job with this. Check and Speak, which is a house that I really like, they have a fragrance called Oxford and Cambridge, which is my favorite lavender scent, so I love Check and Speak. But they have a fragrance called Frankincense and Myrrh, which retails for around $150, and I think this is better and more authentic than that scent. Now, with that said, again, I would have liked it to project more, and I don't love the presentation. One of my reviewer peers remarked that it did look like a medicine bottle, but it's not, to me, fair to judge a small indie house against Zerjoffer by Killian. So when I was rating this, I really struggled between giving it a 7 or an 8. But I'm going to go with an 8, because at the price point, there's nothing out there that competes with this. I highly implore you to order some samples from Smell Bent. I'll link to the website below, and we're going to be talking some more about this house in the future. I'm into it. I like them, and I'll see which one I pick up next, and then maybe I'll buy 3 or 4 samples, and we can do a sample shopping episode, primarily with Smell Bent fragrances. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this review. You can stay tuned for, of course, 2 more episodes next week. This is what we do all day, every day, like the Weather Channel. Check out Smell Bent. And check out Incensed if you love incense. I am Maximilian.
Cause my style is like an alcoholic clone days. Everybody gon' pay, singing on my own page. Cause ain't none of you me. I like Trench, I do my dirty